Hello, it's me. Don't worry, Pidina is joining me soon. Hello, guys. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being patient. I can't believe can you guys hear me? Please, can you tell me if you can hear me, guys? Oh, I have another guest coming in other than Pidina, who's gonna. Guys, can you hear me? I know, Manuel. I can see you. Just let me introduce you. Hello, guys. Can you guys hear me, please? I just want to make sure everything's working. And I can't believe it. When I have the earphones, it's incredible how well I can hear. This is why I don't have to shout and sound angry. If there were only hearing aids that I can put with that I don't look like crazy, that'd be awesome. I just don't want to feel like an old lady. So we're gonna get started today, guys. Pidan is gonna join us soon, but right now we're gonna have Manuela. Yes, Manuela. I can't see you, Manuela. Manuela? Hello, Manuela.
Hi.
Hi. There you are. I can see you now. I was worried.
Yeah, I kind of went on and off again. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Hello, how are you? This is Manuela. She is our friend. She does isomers care, by the way, guys. So if you have any questions, I wanted to ask you something because um I was thinking about, like I was looking at Meghan Markle's thingy that she's like all the wrinkles she has here. I'm 56,
Mhm.
and I have some jowls, but I'm 56, and by the way, thank you for the cream because it's making such a huge difference. I'm in love.
Excellent.
People think I've lost a lot of weight, and I keep losing weight, but it's tightened it so much, guys. I am so, and the thing, that I keep using is the Botox thing. So thank you very much for that, Manuela. I hope that by the time I'm done using your creams, this is her if you want to go, guys, and you can build your routine. The prices are amazing and free shipping because you guys keep asking me this. Free shipping on North American orders over $100. Okay, guys. So you guys can go check out her website. Oh, Manuel is out again. Let me see. Let me see. Let me add her again. So here we go. So what you need to find your routine. Okay. And you take your quiz and then you get the products and stuff. So it is a pretty cool thing. And thank you very much for the creams. I am
You're welcome.
absolutely in love. I am absolutely in love. I don't have to take Botox for my eyes. I love that little cream of yours. I swear to God, I am so fan. I am, yeah, I am good with that one. Okay. So hello guys, how are you? No, I'm not wearing any makeup. The only thing I am wearing is lipstick. It's because I have the lupus flare. This is why my cheeks are red like that. Okay. There's a question for you, Manuela.
Yes.
I get the growth factor serum and the gluth, whatever it is, serum. Which should I use first, and which should I use morning or night or both?
So the growth factor serum contains growth factors, and what growth factors do, they allow cell communication. So it allows the cells to talk to each other, so that the cells could be like a coach. So they're in the right shape, in the right format, and doing what they need to do. So growth factors are very important for keeping everything in shape. It's like having a personal trainer.
Pauli, thank you. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you, Mary, for the $50 super chat. Thank you so very much, sweetie. Wow. Claudia Salas, hello, hello. Manuela's having issues with her thing. And I'm just going to remove that there. So she's going to come back when she's ready. So, and I'm waiting for Pidina to come. So she'll be coming soon. So don't worry about it. Today we have so much. Oh, you know what, guys? Because I was watching. Here's Manuela. Can you answer the question?
Yes. So the growth factor is going to actually help with cell communication. Then the glutathione is a master antioxidant. The antioxidant you need daytime and nighttime to protect the proteins and the collagen of your skin. So use a couple of drops of the glutathione day and night, like I do. I swear by it. and the growth factor once every 24 hours. So you pick morning or night. It's up to you.
Okay, the one because I have you sent me the thing that I'm in love with this. I use it here and I use it here. You know, that's.
Shirley.
I mean, I wish I could put it all over my face and then everything lifts. You know.
There's Charlene. You know, you were talking about earlier about here losing a lot of the volume and everything in the lower part of the face. When women go through menopause, or they have a hysterectomy, either surgical menopause or real menopause, you lose about 30 to 40% of your collagen in 5 years. So it really changes your skin, the thickness and everything. And you
Oh, by the way, Manuela, but Manuela keeps freezing. Manuela has to find a place where she doesn't get off. Pidana, you're gonna meet Manuela soon because she's amazing. I am so in love, Pidana, with. I mean, I swear to God, people think I've done something. Like I kid you not. Okay, I don't know how close I can get. Wait, guys. Okay, you see? Okay, don't forget that I had a lump taken out of my eyes. And I talked about this before. I have a bunch of them here. I don't know why they happen, but apparently it's like cholesterol. I have
Mhm.
one here on my forehead. I have one here. I have one here. I have one here. And they have, well, Pidana now it's gone, but apparently this is, so they have to be removed. So they had to remove the ones from my eyes, you know.
Yeah.
And then there was one here. People, oh, you got an eye lift. I wish, if I had an eye lift, I wouldn't have these nasty scars. And by the way, your thing with your Botox thing has helped the scars amazingly. I
Yeah, because
mean,
it helps with the
yeah,
collagen.
yeah.
Yeah.
You see, the doctor when he cut out to take that callus because it was bothering my eye. When he cut it in, he saw that it was a much bigger one inside. It went deeper, and I thought I had something in my eye, like because I could feel something was bothering me in my eye. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I had my eyes operated because people I couldn't see very well. So people, I got to a point where my friends were telling me, "Are you taking selfies?" Because I was just like I couldn't even read that to a point. So here's Pidina. Thank you, Claudia Salas. Thanks for the super chats. Pidina, I'm gonna hook you up with Manuela because you have to try her products. I'm not getting paid, guys. This is no. I haven't used because I usually used to wash my face with rice water. I have to be honest. Like I wash my hair with rice water, right?
You
So
mean your hair?
yeah, I wash my hair with rice
You
water.
just said your face. Did you say your face?
No, I used to also wash my face with rice
Oh,
because
oh,
rice water
really?
has, yeah, I
I didn't
used
know
to
that was
have
a
it.
thing.
Oh, yes, yes, but and even I helps with there's place in Asia where all these women have this beautiful. I'm gonna put that video up, so I have to find it. This beautiful long hair, black hair. Like beautiful Asian hair, and they only wash their rice water. They go to the river and they ferment the rice water. There goes Manuela. Manuela is coming back in again. So, and they wash their hairs, and it's amazing for the scalp and for everything else. But it also for the skin, for my hands, it whitens my elbows, everything. So I use rice water because I got fed up, you see, because when you buy products, if for example, if you're when I was in Norway and you buy products, then you have to buy hairspray because you have frizz hair, you have to buy this, so you end up buying a bunch of things. But with rice water, at least for me, you get rid of all
Mhm.
the chemicals. So if you have chemicals in your hair, then it frizzes, like that. So when you don't have any chemicals, for me, look, I just washed my hair about 3 hours ago. That was a mistake. Probably should have waited after the live because then it goes out, So,
Mhm.
but you,
Mhm.
but Manuela's things, people have commented about this thing here. Pat, I am so in love, and the Botox thing. I know you said that I should put it only twice a day, but I put it like 4 or 5 times. It's just one drop, guys. And
I
another
know.
thing is that I make the mistake. Now I don't do it. That you think you suck it in and it's a little thing, and I put the whole thing. That was too much, and I was like, oh crap, I didn't, because so now you have to be careful when you put it because try with a little bit and you start with your neck up. I always put it from my neck up because I was wasting so much. Well, I don't know, I was using it in my hands and my elbows. So no, I'm gonna hook you
Mhm.
with. China because Pat, you gotta try it. You gotta
Yeah,
try.
I've been hearing so much about it. Hello. Well, I'm sorry, your name is again. What? Oh, I think she's frozen. Is she frozen?
Yeah, Manuela. And this is in Canada, guys. Okay, what's going on, Canada? You know. So Pat, so much to talk about.
Yeah. So what's going on? What are we talking about today?
Oh, I'm gonna get Manuela back in. Well, guys,
Hi, Pat.
I'm gonna
Hi.
have I'm gonna show you. I don't know if you know, but Cressida Bonus has, and I actually went out of curiosity to watch it, but I got emotional because it's
Uh,
about mothers. So I'm gonna urge you guys to go. Please subscribe to her. It's called Lessons from Our Mothers, and you can see I left a comment, and she liked it. She said, "This is so lovely. Thank you for sharing, Paula Patricia." But it's a very lovely thing. I mean, let's hear it because it's really, really
without
nice.
shoving them into the boxes of our conditioning.
What is the most valuable thing you've learned from your mum?
I think for me, it's the fire inside, the strength inside of you and how to bring that out and to pull it in when you most need it.
It matters that you love each other and you let each other know in your words and your actions that you love each other.
You follow your values, and if you do that, you can go wrong.
The one thing I'd say to my mother is thank you, because you've influenced me in every possible way and you have been my lodestar.
So there we are.
Wowie, thank you so much.
That's
She's on
Mary
the show.
Berry.
Now we'll be in the car.
Isn't
In
that
this
beautiful, guys?
podcast, we speak with people about
See, this is her lessons from our mothers. That's her. Her mother got gravely was very sick last year,
mhm.
so that she was worried that they were not gonna. 2 years ago, our mom, a mother of five, was seriously ill for a time. Suddenly, we were pushed to contemplate what life would be like without her. When she recovered, we decided to sit with her week after week, asking her all the questions we had never thought to ask about her life, her choices, and her defining moments. As we listened, we realized the valuable lessons we have learned from our mom and how she has helped shape the women we are today. We appreciate now more deeply than ever the power of motherhood and the importance of mothering as a force that can help shape lives. This set us on a sisterly mission to create our podcast, Lessons from Our Mothers, which is actually incredible. I feel like crying. It's incredibly lovely.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
it is very, very lovely. It's a very nice podcast, and it's very emotional when you watch it, guys. And you have like proper A-listers talking about their experiences. Oh, there's Manuela again. So Manuela keeps going in and out.
I don't know why. I'm sorry. I
That's
apologize.
okay.
There must be something going on with the.
No, but I mean, so please go subscribe to her because can you imagine? It's on Sunday 30th. That this is going to be. It's lessons from our mothers. I'm sure we can get her more than 497 followers, guys. So let's go subscribe to that. I'm gonna put the link here so you guys can go subscribe to this podcast. Because it's amazing. Go subscribe here, and it's very beautiful. It's very beautifully put. You know. So here it is. Is Instagram lessons from our mothers. It's very beautiful. No, no, no. It's so funny. It says now Megan will interview her mother. I don't think so, because what lessons has Megan learned from her mother?
Right. She has never talked about it. She's learned a lot from her father.
Yeah.
And I'm being serious, Pat. What lessons has she learned from what can Pat, I sent you
Mm,
that article yesterday about the straight out of Compton thing, right?
mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I told you, especially when we were chatting, that the neighbor said that ever since Doria moved to that her father's house, he had never seen Megan there.
Mm,
Just
okay.
when you read through the article, you'll
Yeah.
see that it says that he'd never seen um her there. So she never visited her mother.
Right. Yeah. No, they did not have a close relationship when she was growing up with her dad, but she's trying to change that perception now. But that was never how it was talked about when before she met Harry. You know, so I
No.
find that very interesting.
Yeah. Guys,
Yeah.
I'm sure we can get lessons from our mothers up to 1,000 by the end of this live. That'd be really awesome because, that's a wonderful thing. I really do think that mothers are not appreciated. We are all mothers here. We are on call 365 days of the year, 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
It's nonstop, you know?
Hmm.
So, I mean, I love this podcast, and it's very sweet. It's very, and Kate Winslet, they asked Kate Winslet because Kate Winslet is there, like
Hmm.
like an A-lister, and
Hmm.
she asked if she was scared when she became a mom young, and she said, "No, because I never saw any fear in my mother's eyes when she had me young."
Hmm.
Is
Yeah.
that something?
That's interesting. Yeah.
Mhm.
So do we know who the other guests are going to be on her
Yeah, she has
channel?
one. Yes, you know this lady. You know this lady, Pat. Let me show you this lady because you know her. I know you
With
know her.
people about the maternal figures who help shape who they are today. As mothers ourselves, we are curious to explore the valuable lessons we carry forward, the ones we
You know
choose
this
to leave
lady.
behind, and how we navigate the
I do.
challenges of motherhood
Yes,
and
that black
encourage
lady.
each other through our
You
learnings
do know
along the
her.
way.
It made me feel enormously empowered becoming a mum so young. I didn't feel scared of it. And I think that's because I had never seen fear in my own mother's eyes as a parent. I had only ever felt utterly taken care of.
And people say to me, well, did she teach you to bake? Oh, but she didn't, because there weren't the ingredients there, because it was wartime.
I'm convinced that she won't stop when she dies. I don't know whether separation can actually stop my mother from protecting me.
When our own mum fell seriously ill last year, we realised there were questions we had never asked her, stories we hadn't heard, and things we hadn't yet said. When she recovered, we made it a priority to sit down with her and talk about her life. We're now on a sisterly mission to hear the stories of others.
I had read every single book, it felt like, on motherhood.
I don't think any parent finds everything marvelous about their child. It's simply impossible.
Recognizing our child's wiring will allow us to honor who it is they are without shoving them into the boxes of our conditioning.
What is the most valuable thing you've learned from your mum?
I think for me, it's the fire inside, the strength inside of you.
Isn't it so nice? I sort of I always tear up when I watch it because you're talking about your mom.
Hmm. Yeah. You learn a lot, don't you? I mean, I think moms have some of the most valuable information we can learn because they go through life trying to figure it out a lot of times, and you can just gain so much from those that went before you. And I just wish that young girls, like teenagers, learn to listen sooner than later, because in the beginning you always think you have it figured out, but then you realize, no, my mom, she always had it figured out. And when you become older and wiser, and you start to see that, yeah, moms, they figured it out. And I tell you, for myself, I have learned so much, not only from my mom, but from my grandmother and her mother, the stories that have been passed down, the generational stories that come about when you're from your tribe. And it's really enlightening experience. And yeah, just to like what you were saying earlier, Paula, no, we never heard Meghan talk about that, just because I know that what Cressida is doing is something that I think is the good side of all of this. I think this is really bringing something that hits people personally, this kind of a podcast, and you can kind of look past, okay, yes, she used to date Harry and, all those things, but then you really get to the meat of what she's actually saying. Because there's no trail of bodies following behind Cressida. It's like you can really listen to what she's saying. And I think it's, I'm just so happy that she's doing this, and that Kate Winslet and Eugenie are a part of it. I think, yeah, that's just fabulous. And I just subscribed too, by the way. See, the numbers are already going up.
Oh, guys, come on. We can get it to 1,000. I'm sure we can get it to 1,000. It's already 511. Come on, guys. We can get it to just think of because this is a no to our mothers, really. And I
Yeah.
don't see anybody not wanting to have this about their mothers and stuff like that. I think it's absolutely wonderful um,
Yeah.
that she's doing this because it's not about her. And that black guy that was talking, that even when his mom dies, thank you, honesty and truth, for that really lovely chat to P. Dinah. Have Chelsea or Cressida's family ever given a quote about meeting they must have met him, or perhaps to relieve that they were the in-laws and keeping quiet? Well, actually, Chelsea and Cressida, they both dated Harry, and
Oh,
she never.
they both did. They both.
Yeah.
That's right. No, 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 no. Yes, 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 yes. Sorry, sorry. Go ahead. Thank you so much for the super chat, honesty and truth. What were you saying just now though? You were saying something?
No, I said that for example, she is focusing on like this black gentleman who was talking, and he said that even when his mom dies, he knows he won't get rid of her. I was laughing my head off. I was like, dude, your mom is watching. If she's alive, she's gonna really give you a piece of her mind, because it's so funny what he said. Even when she's gone, I know she's not gonna be gone. She's gonna still be out there. So I loved it that the podcast is about other people experiences with their mothers.
But sorry, so what is honesty and truth saying? So can we answer
Yes,
that?
of course, of course. Honesty and truth is saying, have Chelsea or Cressida's family ever given a quote? No, they have never given a quote. Okay. They have
Okay.
never given a quote because, for example, Cressida's family is aristocracy. So they literally grew up with the royal family as friends, guys. So her mom is a lady, like Princess Diana was Lady Diana.
Mm-hmm.
So and they've been always very close to the royal family. So no, 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 they have never. I mean, the only thing I remember Cressida posted once, that she posted a tweet saying, "Just because you are of high status, it doesn't mean you have to be a jerk," and everybody assumed it was
Yeah, yeah.
Royally. Harry.
Hmm.
You know,
Okay, that's interesting.
yeah. But today we're gonna talk about a couple of things, Pat, because 516 followers. Come on, guys, we can get to 1,000. I'm gonna have to share a couple of things, but we're gonna keep coming back to this for a little bit. I wanted to talk to you. We found out the link between Amanda Hirsch. I did my live yesterday. Pidana couldn't join me because she was doing her video, recording for you guys, working hard. Um, so Amanda Hirsch, that crazy chick that found the letter. Oh, that Meghan Markle sent her the letter. Can you nod? Is
I don't think.
Manuela? I think
No. Well.
okay. So Amanda Hirsch, which is from the podcaster from Dear Media, right, guys? We did that.
Yeah.
We showed that thing. I don't know if you want me to show it, Pat, so we can laugh about it a little bit. And let me see. It's called Meghan Markle sends letter. Here we go, podcaster. Yeah, this woman is absolutely nuts. Okay, so we're gonna show this, guys, so you guys can see it. And I did a live yesterday. I was so angry because when we read that, we're gonna react together to this, guys. So this is the crazy woman, right? So I have to mute myself so you guys don't have sound. Just 1 second.
You guys, I just got a letter. And I was like, what is this? What is this? What is this? Started thinking what it could be. Any guesses? You guys, I just got a letter.
No, she got the letter. Okay, so and then they go because the press was wrongly saying that she wasn't a friend, that she was stressed, that she was worried. And then when you read, it's here. This is the part. Here, for example, it says Mail Online can reveal that Amanda Hirsch, who runs the popular Not Skinny But Not Fat show, recently interviewed Ryan Reynolds and has issued a public defense of his wife, Blake Lively, calling Justin Baldoni fishy. So we know the moral compass of this woman, right? Amanda's podcast is produced by Hollywood based Dear Media, which is actually very powerful. It's also sponsored and supported by the Kardashians, which says is dedicated to amplifying women's voices and narratives. It recently published an opinion piece called What's Everybody's Problem with Meghan Markle Now? That included a section called The Kate Middleton Hypocrisy. And then they talk about, their media and how she was worried. And she said, Pat, we should really talk to people. This is not calligraphy.
No, it's not. It's seriously just cursive writing with loops added on top of words or letters. Sorry. It really is just cursive hand. I mean, calligraphy is so much more intricate with other loops and things with other words. It's literally on Meghan's calligraphy. It's on letters, like the first letter, and sometimes the last or second to the last letter of a word. Or I mean, that is not calligraphy. No.
I have better handwriting than she does, guys. Because I'm from a generation when we were kids. I don't know about you guys, but there used to be these little notebooks that had 2 lines, right? And you used to write cursive, and you had to stay between the lines. I
That's
don't know if
right.
you had that. Were you too, Manuela? Oh yeah, you do
No,
from that.
absolutely. You had to. And the penmanship was very important.
Yep.
Everybody had to write them the same way.
Yep. Yeah, and it was like that wasn't from first grade. I remember those little books with the 2 little blue lines, and you had to stay within the lines, and you
Yeah.
had to do F and P and everything. So yeah. Parece cola de alacrán. I'm sorry, Claudia, we're not in my Spanish thing. You have to speak English, Claudia. She says it looks like a scorpion's thing. No, it looks like the Grim Reaper, actually. Have you seen the Grim Reaper thing, Pat?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
it looks like. Yeah, you're right. But you know what I find so interesting? And I said this in my video, even Megan's calligraphy, like her calligraphy is a lie. Like that's not calligraphy. There are so many lies that this woman tells. And even in her so-called handwriting that she calls calligraphy is a lie. Like bold-faced lies. That is not truthful.
Yeah. Michelle, thank you very much for your super sticker to Pidina. Very much appreciated.
Thank you, Michelle.
So,
Thank you, Michelle. I know Michelle. Thank you, sweetie.
so the reason why we're bringing this up is because this was wrongly portrayed in the media because they're lazy journalism. They think that she was a critic of Meghan Markle. No. What she was worried that her girl was gonna, bomb because they were reading the comment section,
Yeah.
okay, of the trailer. So she was, oh my God, I'm feeling scared for my girl Meghan. So we know that this is not really her show. This is produced. This is why she's able to get what you might call it, very important guest because Dear Media is a very, very powerful. Oh, you have Lizzie who gifted 5 Pidina membership. So guys, you
Thank
better
you,
be
Lizzie B.
yeah.
Thank
So
you.
yeah. So it's very important for you guys to know that, and we're gonna prove why. Because people have said, how did she get that letter without writing the address? Right? Remember, Pat?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Are you there? Are you there, Manuela? Can you blink? Is she gone? She's gone again.
So
I
she's
don't.
having issues in Canada where she's
Yeah,
at right now.
yeah. And oh, there we go. Add to stage. Here we go. Are you
Okay.
there, Manuela? Yes. Make sure
I'm
that
here.
you blink or something.
Yep, I'm here. I don't know. I even tried rebooting. It just keeps doing this. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the tariffs going into action.
Oh yeah, something could be happening, right?
Yeah. So we have to be mindful of this because keep in mind that this is Dear Media, right? We know that Dear Media is producing and producers, and they are active producers, which means that they pay, they get the customers. It's like when you're I mean, they own it. She's just the face of it. Okay. So then we go to Dear Media. And this is where I wish I had you yesterday, Pat, because I probably wouldn't have lost it so much. So today I'm not going to swear because. So this is Dear Media. Okay. It's a very popular, very savvy media agency. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this is
Mm-hmm.
the so-called article. This was written March 6, 2025, 2 days after the thing, that show, what's it called? That show, Meghan show.
With love.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Premiered, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is what's going on here, guys. Let me see, how can I arrange this here? Here. Can you see that better? So I'm going to show you what it says, Pat, and I want you, we're going to take a deep breath. This is Meghan, right? This is today's after the beauty. With Love, Meghan, starring the former Meghan Markle. And then they
Mm-hmm.
go more on that in a bit. Has dropped on Netflix, and the usual suspects are fuming because, of course, if she walked on water, royalists and ever bitter British press would say it was because she couldn't swim. Before her Netflix show was even premiered, it was postponed due to the Los Angeles wildfires. When they hit, Meghan and Prince Harry didn't flounce around Montecito waiting for the moment to pass. No, 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 no. They were out in Los Angeles helping real people in real time. The Sussexes got involved while the British royal family continued their grand tradition of doing nothing useful. Meg
Mm.
was on the ground offering support and helping. She and Harry weren't just there for the photo ops. That's that's a clapback. Meghan even teamed up with Billie Eilish to help a teen who lost everything in the fires, gifting her some merch to bring a little light to a terrible situation. And then they put in parentheses, you can practically hear the pearl clutching from across the pond. How dare she be thoughtful and generous? But sure, let's act like she's the villain here. I mean, okay, Pat,
Mm.
go.
Well, I think when you have someone like Megan, you have to have these little satellites of people trying to come out and swat down all the negativity that you're getting. She is that this is so very telling of somebody like Megan because she can't genuinely get people to really speak well of her, like to be kind about her because she's not a kind person. And so she has to rely on people like this to come out and make up and say this nonsense about who she is and what she's done and take jabs at the royal family because that's her character. That's Megan's character. Exactly what the support is that she gets. The people that support her behave exactly the way Megan is because she's directing all of it. It's very telling. And that is not sustainable. That is not a model that will have longevity. Megan is going down, down, down. I don't care what anybody says. This woman cannot sustain this kind of a brand, this likeness, this public profile with trying to get people to write things about you and say these kinds of things that are just not true and take jabs at the royal family has been around for so long. Meghan has just showed up to the party, okay? They've been doing this for a very long time. And there is no amount of Meghan coming around trying to take jabs at the royals and make herself appear like the enlightened one is going to change things. It's not going to make her elevated above the real royalty. It's a losing battle for her. And so, it's just very telling to me. It really is. It highlights the kind of person Meghan is and what these people are doing for her. It, it's not sustainable at all.
I
That's how
mean,
I feel about it.
what do you think? Manuela? Manuela's gone again. I think she's having issues with her thingy. So I mean, and it's we're gonna go here because they claim that it's the British people, British press, but that's not the British press that's been trashing her. I mean,
No, well, see, this is the thing. So whenever they say it's the British press, that's because they're just spewing Meghan's talking point. That's what Meghan and Harry have always said, right? So that's how you know it's coming from Harry and Meghan, because they're the ones that say that. But people that have been here around this from the beginning know it's not the press. It is Meghan and all that she has done. That, they can't seem to look and see how they've been a part of the problem. So they're always blaming people. Well, they want to blame the press. Hey, the American press, they want to blame the British press, but the American press is doing the exact same thing too. People are just very enlightened to the reality of who Meghan and Harry are, especially Meghan. This is coming from a genuine place. It's not this made up British press as the boogeyman. No, Harry, and that's the thing that I'm going to start doing, and I did it with the video that I was editing yesterday. We're going to start highlighting the lies and all the things that Meghan has done since she's come into royalty,
I
because
was saying
people
to
need to see
Pidina,
it.
just to debunk one lie, it's gonna be like an hour episode with so many receipts, guys.
Yeah.
It's just so obvious. But this is very interesting because this is ghostwritten by Meghan Markle. This is Meghan Markle speaking.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just like I was saying, how how Meghan has to be the one telling her minions what to do, because real people, true fans and supporters of yours would just do this, but Meghan has to have her footprint on it for it to even happen, to have someone else say something. And so when you read it as if it's Meghan talking.
Yeah, and it's funny because she's clapping back because the U.S. has been brutal to Meghan Markle, not the U.K.
Yeah.
Betsy Randall's was sitting on Netflix. Remember they had that thing with Netflix and they roasted Harry and Meghan, like
Yeah.
about Jimmy Fallon, the Hollywood Reporter, The Cut, Vanity Fair, Variety,
Yeah.
Vogue,
Yeah.
Newsweek,
Yeah, they
Washington
all
Post, the
roasted her.
New York Post. These, and they're brutal. Not
Yeah.
even the British people are so brutal like the American ones, Justine Bateman, disaster tourist, like. So to me, this was a clapback. This part here, Meghan was on the ground offering support and helping. She and Harry weren't just there for their photo ops. That's her clapping back.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's her clapping back. But
Yeah.
at some point, I hope to start to see Harry begin to really turn the tide with his life in America with Meghan, because he is the one that is going to be in a very bad spot. There was a article came out, or no, there was a royal correspondent or someone talked about, Harry wanting to go back to the UK, and
Yeah.
like he's in for a rude awakening when he sees that, Meghan's never going to go back, and the kids are going to never ever go there as well. Like his life is getting ready to go through a serious turmoil. I don't know, that there's a lot more talk about. Doesn't he look completely miserable?
Absolutely. Oh, Pat, I didn't know that you had sent me this link. We're going to promote this
Yes.
channel too, guys. I hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it. Sorry about that, Pat. I apologize.
Yeah, that's okay. No, I just sent it. So, in light of this podcast as well, I have a dear friend that I met when I was in England, and the photographer that I worked with over there, his name is Carlton Smith, and he is going through cancer. But he has a YouTube channel, and he's going to be talking about like his experiences, and really it's beautifully shot, and it's a really nice website. We're just trying to encourage people to subscribe to his channel, trying to support him because he's dealing with a lot right now, and really giving some good insights into cancer and talking about life lessons. And I'm just hoping that people will go and just subscribe to his channel.
Let's go support. I'm gonna put the link right here, guys. And I have my mods, and you guys, you mods, you can post links. So help with that. As soon as you hear that, we hear something like that, so please go subscribe to him because he talks about cancer. 55 subscribers. No, I'm subscribing. Here we go.
Yeah, we have.
Come on, guys. We can
Yeah.
do it. We can do it. All of us who have had cancer, we can do it. This is very important. So
Yeah.
There's go subscribe. I want to see the numbers rising. We're gonna subscribe to Cressida's, the mother's lessons, and 58. Yay! Let's get him to 150, 200, or 1,000. That'd be great.
Yeah, and thank you so much, everyone, for subscribing to Carlton's YouTube channel. He's such a very kind gentleman and very supportive of my work, and he's doing something good, and it's education. I'm always looking to highlight, getting to learn more. Life lessons is something that I think is a good channel to support, especially considering what he's gone through and everything.
Yeah, so please go subscribe to his channel, guys. Okay, come on, go subscribe to his channel. You know how I can get. So we're gonna go back to that thing, and it's very interesting because she's talking here also, Pat. Meghan even teamed up with Billie Eilish. We know that she never teamed up with Billie Eilish.
Yeah, no, she did
We
not.
know
She
that
did
that's a
not.
falsehood.
Yeah, and that's just like, once again, the embellishment, the lies, the distortion, the delusion, the delusion of your fantasies. I mean, that is just not even the truth,
Yeah.
And just saying that she partnered with Billie Eilish. No, you just try to, drop a celebrity's name so that you could be attached to that person. Just go buy that person something from Billie Eilish. Like, why would you even try to have to say you have to go meet with that person or contact that person to donate? That's just the shadiness of everything is what's so, gosh, appalling.
So I just want people to keep in mind that this is Dear Media, that they wrote this 2 days after, because this is Meghan Markle, guys. Okay, this part is stupid. So this is the bitter brigade. Why it's so mad? And then we had Misan Harriman going into that podcast saying how all this hatred towards this woman, So she got all these D-listers talking, right? So she says, of course, the haters, most notably the ever dramatic British press and their legion of royalist stands, are clutching their pearls yet again. Do y'all even have any pearls left to clutch? Geez, think of the oysters. This time it's because with Love Meghan is successful. That's not true. They'll never admit that outright, though. Instead, they've taken to review bombing the show, flooding IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes with bad faith critiques, even as it dominates Netflix global top 10. That's absolutely bullshit. Because
Yeah.
I was here in Nicaragua, in Latin America, we watching Georgina. Like the one that's promoted is Georgina. I mean, I had to actually type with Love Meghan because it didn't even appear on my recommendations. Here we get Georgina.
Yeah.
The girl who's dating Cristiano. Well, I don't like her, but I love Cristiano. I love you, Cristiano.
Wait a minute. Isn't he married?
No, he didn't marry her. No.
Oh, he hasn't married her?
No, he hasn't.
Wow. I won't say anything bad, but I thought they were married.
No. She's superficial and shallow, But
Oh,
but
okay.
no. He hasn't married her. No. Yeah, I mean, they're living together in Saudi Arabia. They have turned the blind side, but they're not married. Claudia, no, I saw him first, and I'm older than you, so he's mine. So, and so we have here. So this is Meghan Markle saying that these are the people who are clutching their pearls. Is this stance, right? And what's the actual complaint, Pat? That Meghan Markle is too happy, that she's minding her business, staying hydrated, and making beautiful cakes with flower sprinkles while the British tabloids desperately try to gin up some new scandal? No. It's actually the US press who's absolutely being brutal towards her. I mean, Jimmy Fallon is laughing at Jimmy. I mean, pretty much everybody is roasting in the US, in the US, they don't hold back. The UK press is being, they're saying, oh, the comments are brutal and blah, blah, blah. But the US, this is the part that really got to me, Pat. The Kate Middleton hypocrisy. Speaking of, let's talk about the inevitable Kate Middleton. Remember how they refer to Meghan? She's the Duchess, she's a princess, right? But here's Kate Middleton comparisons. When With Love hit Netflix top 10, the first thing the royalists started squawking about was that Kate married for love, while Meghan married for status and money. This is interesting considering Kate never had a real job, followed William around throughout university, and even changed her major to be closer to him. This is also wrong. It's William who changed his major because he was having troubles. He was thinking of quitting school. So Kate said, "Why don't you, instead of quitting the university, why don't you switch majors? To something that that you actually like," which he did. So she didn't change majors. The woman dedicated her entire early adulthood to securing that ring, even as the men plowed through countless aristo girls and college flings, earning her the Weighty Katie nickname. Have we heard that before? Meanwhile, Meghan Markle had an actual career. You know what? Giving BJ's on 90210 doesn't count as a career. Before meeting Harry and downgraded her life. Okay, Pat, I want your opinion. I'm going to read this thing and I am going to let you answer because yesterday I got really mad.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Meghan Markle had an actual career before meeting Harry and downgraded her life to go live in antiquated royal accommodations because she genuinely loved him. Moreover, when the couple announced they were stepping back from royal duties, Meghan didn't jump ship. She stayed on, which she wouldn't have done if she was just there for the status and money.
First off, Megan hunted this man like a hound dog hunts criminals or whatever hound dogs hunt. I know they. This woman has totally sniffed Harry out. She wanted a British man. She was definitely trying to find a high status Brit. She knew everything about royalty before she even got to England. She knew everything about him. And that is so just unimaginable that you would even say that about Catherine, considering what Meghan has done, what she literally did. And it is documented that she has done that. She had a vision board. This woman, I believe, had candles and was doing seances and all that kind of stuff. Yes, she did.
I can just see her. Well, she was in Jamaica for 3 months, and she loved going back to Jamaica. And we know the Jamaican, and I don't know about you, but Doria gives me that vibe.
Yes, of course. I think that's exactly what happened. Look, you definitely
Mojo
just
Juju
on
says
him.
Wendy Marino. Mojo Juju, yeah, it gives me that kind of vibe to me too. It's like
Yeah.
what says Princess Carol? Yes, yes. But so let's keep reading because this is it just makes me so angry, Pat, because she downgraded from what?
Exactly. Yeah, keep
This
reading.
woman
Mm.
this woman was stalking. I mean, we have her on record. We have Lisa Cundy that said that Meghan Markle told her that she was looking for for a wealthy man. Um,
British man. She wanted a British man, right?
exactly, but wealthy, not just a British man. He
Right.
needed to be
Wealthy.
wealthy, Pat.
Yes. To
You
elevate
know?
her status. Yes. To elevate her.
Yeah, exactly. Because Meghan Markle was, and you know this, Pat, because you worked in Hollywood. You know that around that time, at her age, she was in her late 30s, and
Mm-hmm.
she hadn't progressed. She had been written out of Suits.
Yeah.
There was nothing left for her, um, and she went looking to see if she could star in a reality show. Well, it's called Chelsea, something with Chelsea. What, guys? If you know
Yeah.
the name, yeah, that'd be that'd be it. Just
Downtown Abbey. Downtown Abbey.
Downton Abbey. Thank you, Michelle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, she's a witch. She made a voodoo doll on him.
Yes, she did, Michelle.
Mhm.
Thank you,
I
Michelle.
can just see her doing that voodoo doll thing. It's like,
You know she was doing
you're
it.
kidding. Of course she did. Of course she did. But it's incredible that she and like I said in my live, and I apologize for all the swearing yesterday, guys. But I was just so mad. Pat, you know I was mad, right? I told you I'm gonna do a live. I was talking to Pat, and I was like, Pat, I got to do a live. It was good that you didn't come because you kept your respectability.
Oh man, yeah, it was the video that I'm putting out today. I was editing that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So it's but yeah, so it's good that you were busy because so
It
it's
is
interesting.
infuriating though, isn't it? Doesn't it just make you angry when you see what
Yeah,
they
and this is how
do?
Meghan Markle writes, but this is Meghan Markle, guys.
Yeah.
And yet, and then they said that when Meghan jumped ship, they said that when they were stepping back from royal duties, Meghan didn't jump ship, which means she didn't abandon Harry. She stayed with him, which she would
And
have done if she was there just for the status and money. We know that she was looking for a book in 2022 because she couldn't deny it when the Variety thing aired.
yeah, yeah, she was the one that got all this going. Harry is nothing but a follower. He is a beta male. There's no way he would have initiated anything. This has got everything that they've done has got Megan's handprints all over it.
And the funny thing is that she says she downgraded to go live in that little cottage. By the way, the cottage is very beautiful and is bigger than the house she was staying in Canada.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
The cottage
Hmm.
where they were in, Prince William was there with Catherine. People, other very illustrious people live there. It's historic. It's like living, and your neighbor, none other than the Queen, guys. Okay,
Right.
you were living in I think the most expensive piece of land on earth, which is in the grounds of the royal palace, and a historical building,
Yeah. Yeah.
which was very pretty, very beautiful. And I can tell you that the house where she lived on Jarvis Street is a shitty little crap. I mean, it's not a bad place, but even when she had herself photo op with a pap, when she's coming with a flowers pad, you can see the cracks on the road. Okay. Because
Okay.
it is a nice, yeah, it's a nice street. It's not bad, but, and her house is so narrow that you can see that at the bottom she had the kitchen and the living room, right, in one bathroom.
Hmm.
Upstairs she had like a bedroom and a half, but her bedroom is so narrow that she has the bed against the wall. Because in some of the
Mm.
pictures that she took on Instagram, you know, like how you can have, if your bedroom is big, you put your bed, in the center, but she had to have
Yeah.
her bed against the wall, and it wasn't
Mm.
even her home.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So let's continue with this, Pat.
Hmm.
And yet somehow it's Meghan who's the social climber. The British tabloids immediately manufactured comparisons between the fundamentally different women, pointing out that Kate is an avid beekeeper, which, funny enough, is something we had never heard about until Meghan visited an apiary. That's not true. Princess Catherine, there are articles of her. There was even a documentary like years ago when they
Right.
were when they got Amir Hall. That's where they have it.
Hmm.
When you
Yeah.
first got it, this is years ago. Meghan had never visited an apiary in her life. You know, she didn't
Hmm.
even know that bees live like 2 months only, 2 or 3 months max. You know what I
Right.
mean?
That was a question she had asked. Exactly. Like, come on now. Megan is such a fraud, but I think she investigated everything about Catherine and wanted to, copy all of the things that Catherine was doing. And I think that's part of how she wants to try to overcome, her status to be higher than Catherine's, is just to do all the things that she did and claim that she's doing it better. Because I think she really has it out for Catherine. I mean, Catherine is
Oh,
just so sweet and
absolutely.
humble. I mean, who would want to just get over on Catherine? I mean, she is just the sweetest thing. She just does what she's told. And
But
I
not
mean,
only that,
you
she
got to
has.
be real evil. I mean, that's how you can tell real evil when you're going after someone like Catherine. Like, she don't bother nobody. She's just so simple and does what she does. If your enemy is Catherine, you Satan. I'm sorry, you are Satan, the
Exactly.
devil.
I
Because
can smell. Megan's perfume is sulfur. Because she's Satan.
yeah, I mean,
That what is? I'm sorry, Claudia.
that's
Me hiciste reír, Claudia. That's so funny. Memito is a nickname in Spanish for William. Memito. She
oh,
wanted Memito.
Benito.
It's so funny. But what I wanted to say is like, and Catherine, the difference is that people think that Catherine hasn't been helping. Catherine has been helping since the moment she got involved, but she's been doing it very quietly. She
Yes,
was she
yes.
was she was involved since 2012. Before that, when she got married, 2012, she got involved with. She was living with William when he was her ambulance pilot. So she did that foundation, and she was helping the mothers. She was involved with children. She wasn't, but she doesn't boast about. I don't have to say, oh, thank you to Adam Levine.
You
Thank you to.
right.
Oh, no, she's like, this lady has power right now. Her early years initiative, guys. I mean, she's humble. It's like, I don't know. I'm going to educate myself, and I'm going to use my platform to bring the powerful people, experts, and we're going to learn about it.
Exactly.
I'm going to learn as much as I can. And it's now
Mhm.
making such huge impact nation and worldwide that her programs are being
Mhm.
implemented in school, and she's getting funding. When she
Yeah.
had companies to donate, what she does is she does it right. She first
Yeah.
gets everything off the ground. Once she gets all the companies and all the products, that remember when she packed that she had like 10,000 products, 10,000 companies donated products during COVID for kids, and she's packing them. So
Mhm.
when she
Yeah.
goes to show that, she already has that in the bag, unlike Meghan Markle, who hasn't even been able to register her trademark. So I don't understand which life brand they're talking about. But we're gonna go here. So this is Meghan. This is absolute Meghan. Oh, listen to this, Pat. Listen to this. Okay, are you ready?
Mhm.
Ah, also, let's not forget the petty sneering about King Charles' line of preserves. Because who doesn't want a spoonful of royal mediocrity to help the medicine go down?
Oh my God, you just a sneaky little snake, aren't you? You're just a snake and a weasel. That's just wrong. Like you just so vindictive and just evil.
To
Why
begin
would
with,
you say that? Why be, you
because
just
he has to be better than everybody.
right, you just ought to get one over on people because you just can't stand it. That's just nasty.
And by
You
the way,
just
King Charles has his trademark registered. He
yeah,
has a life. I know
unlike
everybody
you.
does, and it's very popular. When I lived in England, I remember the first time I went to a Waitrose, and and then I saw that thing from the Duchy of Cornwall, and his products are top of the line. They're a little bit pricey, but they're top of the line, guys. So, but look how she wants to put them down.
Right, right. It just
And this is Meghan Markle. This is Meghan Markle at her finest.
you
Okay.
can't just be a good person and do good things. You gotta go. You gotta get at people. You gotta just stab them in the back. You gotta do something so nasty and evil because that's how you get off. You get off on just being so horrible because you're horrible. You know, just
Absolutely.
wrong.
Absolutely. But listen to this part. And she goes, ironically, sales of his jam only increased after Meghan announced her line, proving once again that even the British monarchy profits off her influence instead of slamming Meghan with baseless accusations. Look at you, Jason Knopf.
Mm, mm,
They
mm.
should send thank you notes to Madame Duchess for putting their products on the map. Maybe if they ask nicely, Megan will teach them to do so in calligraphy. Maybe, but Megan will first have to learn how to do calligraphy to do that. But can you believe that, Pat? This is a clapback about Jason Knopf. So you guys, this is Meghan Markle.
Right, because see, people that are over in America, like writing, they're not thinking about these things. They're not just writing about Jason Knopf. They're not writing about the jam and her products helping to elevate other people or to get them put on the map. That is all Megan because that's how she's the one. She's the one thinking about those things because that was her life. So of course it's going to be in here coming from her because the people over in the States are not writing that kind of stuff. That wasn't their reality. Megan has to fuel all of that because that's exactly where it comes from. People that would write about this, they would just write about, how much they love Megan, but they're not going to go stab the royal family in the back and bring up all these things from Megan's life living over there, these little nuances. These are not things that they would write about or know about. They don't, it's not that deep for them. You know, and that's how you know this is from Meghan. And that right there gives you the quality of her mindset. The girl is twisted. She got something going on in her head that just makes her want to just make everybody miserable and feel her wrath. You know, but this is over 1,000-year institution, girl. What you think you're gonna do? What you mean?
And she's bitter, and she's bitter. She's a bitter Betty.
Extremely,
She's
very
a bitter
bitter.
Betty. You know, she's a bitter, wrinkled old prune Betty.
That's right. A
Because
wrinkle.
Pat, you know, you and
Yeah,
I are in our 50s, and I mean, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but we're looking good.
girlfriend.
You know, yes, yes. Can you imagine Megan at 56? Well, I'm 56. You're younger than me, right, Pat?
Yeah, well, she's already starting to look like
Here.
she's.
You know why she shows her face with a hat in like that? Because she has so many wrinkles here. It's really
Yeah.
awful, you know, like
Well, the nasty is starting to ooze out the face. You see, when you have a nasty
Mhm.
character, the ugliness of it just starts to come out, and it's just not pleasant because there's none. I mean, that's just like Mean Girl High School stuff. You know what she's doing. That's kind of like that movie Carrie. You know where they were doing those mean things to Carrie. It was just like
Yeah, I know.
mean, and poor Carrie just going about her business. You know. I mean, that's just not right. It's just wrong.
And this is the part that I tell you for a fact that this is Megan. The name controversy, right? The
Oh,
last.
yeah. Yeah.
And then there's this latest outrage. Megan embracing her married name and calling herself Megan Sussex in With Love Megan. Now, guys, this is why I tell you that Megan watches my channel. Because I did a video. I know my videos can be a bit sometimes a little bit long and stuff and everything, but it's just because I want to give you the facts. I show you the pages. I already told you I'm not an expert, but I try to find the information and bring it to you. And sometimes even when I'm showing you the letters patent, I'm showing you the UK royal website, I'm showing you the statements from Parliament, you still come back and said that other YouTuber. So don't take my word for it. Go read the documents, and because I leave the link there, okay, for you guys, because I think we should educate ourselves. You know, like we're always learning something. So this is the part that remember I did a video and I said that only the monarch can determine and change the last name of the royal family, and also how the house is going to be called, how the royal house is going to be called, because each monarch is giving they're not bound to be called the House of Windsor. For example, Charles can call it the House Mountbatten Windsor. You know, he can do that. The royal house, because that's the monarch's prerogative, right? So
Right.
this is where we go. Are we seriously Pat? Let me do it with outrage. Are we seriously dissecting how a woman introduces herself? The British media is losing its collective mind over this, as if Meghan's decision to embrace her chosen family name is somehow a personal affront to King Charles himself. Now, guys, I am going to pull a receipt here just because I'm a petty Betty.
That's right. Pull it out, girl. Just
Look
pull
at
it out.
that, Pat. You know, you can have it there, girl. You know, we're going to do this because, you know, this is not about what is, oh, you know, the Harry called himself Wales. That was, they did it informally because they wanted to blend in. But when Prince Charles and Prince Andrew were in the military in the UK military, they went by Prince Charles and Prince Andrew. But it's just that William and Harry wanted to do it differently. But that's not it. That's not it. So we're gonna go here, and I have to give a shout out to the lady who sent me this from the palace, House of Windsor, February 8th, 1960. Says this is the letters patent from the late Majesty, the Queen. You know, and she says, and whereas I have concluded that the declaration made by me, because when she ascended the throne in 1952, she was asked, "How would you like to be known?" Like her name, you know, like and then how would you like the house of, you know, your monarchy, your house, your dynasty to be known? And she basically said, no, we're going to continue being Windsor, like, you know, my grandfather said, you know. So this is why she has to put this here, as and whereas I have concluded that the declaration made by me on the 9th day of April 1952 should be buried in its application to such persons. Now there, I love this English. Now therefore I declare my will and pleasure that while I and my children shall continue to be styled and known as the house and family of Windsor, my descendants, other than descendants enjoying the style or attribute of royal highness and the titular dignity of prince or princess, and female descendants who marry and their descendants shall bear the name of Mountbatten Windsor. That's Her Majesty the Queen talking here, guys. This is not Paula Matanovich nor Mrs. P. Dinah here. Okay? And to make matters worse, I've always said you can always go to the royal website, guys, because I'm going to show you that to you. And this is why this is very interesting, because in my video I told you that Meghan thinks of herself as the Queen of England. She really does, guys. You know, I kid you not, because this is the royal website, guys. You can see Royal UK family name, right, Pat? And it says, people often ask whether members of the royal family have a surname, and if so, what it is. Members of the royal family can be known both by the name of the royal house and by a surname, which are not always the same, and often do not use a surname at all. And then they give you the name and blah, 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 right? And then they go here. This is the part. However, in 1960, the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh decided that they would like their own direct descendants to be distinguished from the rest of the royal family without changing the name of the royal house, as Windsor is the surname used by all male and unmarried female descendants of George V. So this is what it was therefore declared here in the Privy Council, that the Queen's descendants, other than those with the style of Royal Highness and the title of Prince, Princess, or female descendants who marry, would carry the name of Mountbatten Windsor. Right? And this is another one. For the most part, members of the royal family who are entitled to the style and dignity of HRH, Prince or Princess, do not need surname. But if at any time any of them do need a surname, such as upon marriage, that surname is dun 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 Mountbatten Windsor. And then, guys, this is the part that I know Meghan watched my video. Unless the Prince of Wales chooses to alter the present decisions when he becomes king, he will continue to be of the House of Windsor, and his grandchildren will use the surname Mountbatten Windsor. And when King Charles acceded the throne, he confirmed what his mother did, which is we're still the House of Windsor. And if we need to use a last name, it'll be Mountbatten Windsor. And only the monarch decides the last names of blood royals. You know, so, and Meghan is not the monarch. So this is why this is the narcissism of this woman, because look at this. This is understand how powerful this is, guys. That the British media is losing its collective mind over this, as if Meghan's decision, it is her decision to embrace her chosen family name, is somehow a personal affront to King Charles himself. Nobody's saying you can't embrace Mountbatten Windsor.
That's right. But she just speaks lies. That's what she does. She speaks lies, and she wants people that are not really savvy about all of this to believe the lies. They're the one being bamboozled, you know, because they don't understand that this woman is speaking off the side of her face. Clearly, it's not the truth.
Thank you, Margie M, for the super sticker for P. Dinah. Thank you. Very, very generous. Thank you very much. But I want to show you this, Pat, because it gets worse. Maybe they can explain it to me like I'm 5. So, bitch, here I am explaining it to you. I hope I just explained it to you, because I just showed you why she can't call herself Sussex, because Sussex is a title, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the big deal? If this is Meghan, if folks can accept calling the British royal family Windsor when their real last name is so she's admitting that Sussex is not her real last name, or is not their real last name. When their real last name is Saxe-Coburg-Gotha, they will surely not suffer too much if they have to call this little family Harry and Meghan Sussex. Because you see, Meghan can call herself whatever she wants, but she can't change the last name of members of the royal family.
No,
Unless
she
the king
cannot.
issues a letters patent allowing Harry, specifically Harry, to say, you know what, from now on, other than if you want to be use the last name, you can use your Sussex as a last name. You don't need to use it as Mountbatten Windsor. But the king hasn't done that. He hasn't made that exception, and he hasn't made that letters patent. But what do you make of this patent?
Well, I just think that it's interesting that Meghan never wanted to call herself Megan Sussex until now. Isn't that interesting? Why now? I think because she's trying to put pressure on the royals about the name, because there's going to be a divide with her and Harry. And this is going to give her some leverage to try to say they're taking my name away from me. I just make it to be very calculating, and Meghan is doing something that is going to be very controversial later, and I think this is a plant of some sort. That's what I see in terms of this name. But she can't just change it. Yeah,
No, she
that's
can.
just
She's not the monarch. She's not only the
she's not the
monarch can
monarch.
decide.
Right. You know what? If you want to get down, to what the monarch can do, legally, and by, I guess, how things work in Great Britain in the monarchy, don't they have the legal right to the children?
Well, in medieval times they did, but for example, when Princess Diana got divorced from Charles, they had 50-50 custody. That's different because Prince William was the heir.
Okay. So when you're the
So
spare, how does it work? That's not the case.
well, if that was the case, they wouldn't have been able to take the kids anywhere, would they?
Well, I'm just saying, should there be a divorce or something? The kids, I mean, I don't think the king would never do that. I'm just saying, like, look, you married into this, girl. That's what you chose. So stop your whining, like, all these issues. You chose the monarchy. That's what you wanted. And
No,
now you're going to try to change the
she
rules?
stalked them until she married that guy.
Yeah, she stopped it. Yeah, exactly. This was of your doing. So, like, you can't just come back and just say, okay, you don't like the rules, you don't like any of it, when that's how things were from the very beginning. And that's what people don't seem to understand, that Meghan made this choice.
But the grandiosity of this woman, because it's her choice how she's going to embrace the no, 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 no. First of all, when William becomes king, I'm pretty sure that one of the first things he's going to do, he's going to make Harry's title, instead of hereditary, he's going to make it like a life peerage, which means that the title, when Harry dies, reverts back to the crown.
That's right. And that's why she's trying to plant the seed for it now.
Yeah, but she can't. You see, as long only the monarch can determine the last names of blood royals. She can call herself whatever she wants, but the last name of their blood royals is Mountbatten Windsor, titled and non-titled. Okay, but this is the one that really hurts them, Pat. Meanwhile, Prince Andrew, he of Epstein infamy, still gets to be called His Royal Highness in public while doing walkabouts with the family. Look how this is Meghan, guys. And nobody seems particularly bothered by that. Make it make sense.
Right, because nobody else would know this. Nobody else would have, like I said, would not even think to say these things, these nuances. This is all Meghan, right? No American gonna come and start talking that stuff, that nonsense right there. They barely know anything about titles.
This was published 2 days after the show aired, and she heard all the clapback that we did about the name and everything. So this is like her decision, because even Harry doesn't agree with the decision, by the way, guys. Harry loves Mountbatten Windsor.
Yeah, I mean, that's his family name. He knows it. He Harry looking at his wife with the side eye. He just not saying anything. He just like, okay. But he don't say anything. You better say something and recognize, try to be a man. But he's just being a dweeb. He's just such a dweeb. He doesn't do anything. He just sits there, like the what do they call it? The gesture, the what do they call it? The clown, the
Yeah,
how,
the jester, the court
yeah,
jester.
court jester. Yeah, it's just like, Gary, get some balls, man. Say something, do something. This is your family.
Yeah, it's Megan Suckett, not Megan Sussex. Thanks for the for the sticker. Thank you, Michelle. But the
Megan
thing is that
Suckett, not Megan
the thing is though
Megan
that it's incredible. It's incredible. She's angry. She can't call herself a royal highness. That's for freaking
Oh,
sure.
you think, yeah, yeah.
She's angry that she can't. You have that pedo that he's calling himself his royal highness, walking with the family, but here I am in California. You know, I can't even call myself. I have to resort to sending those pretentious letters that look like the Grim Reaper. Damn it,
Yeah, yeah, she plotting and planning, that girl. She's just plotting and planning, isn't she?
Yeah,
It's a
no.
shame.
And what do you think of our podcast, guys? Come on, we can do better than this. Oh, 532. Come on, guys. We can make it more. We can make it more. It would be great if we could get her to 1,000 and leave a
Yeah.
little note to a little comment, because that's actually a beautiful podcast about our mothers, guys. Our mothers are underrated, and and when your mother is gone, you really value it, and it's so that's the link to her channel. It's unbelievable. You guys go subscribe to this is for Cressida a bonus podcast, but it's a beautiful podcast. I mean, I got teary just watching it, because it's the way they talk about it, and she's not pretentious either. She's just talking to people, and even the quality sometimes of the calls, you can see that they're just talking or whatever. It's like unscripted.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And also Carlton Smith, subscribe to his channel as
Yeah,
well, my dear
I'm
friend.
gonna show it right now. I'm gonna show it right now. Don't worry. I got it. I got it. Let me see. Let me see. I got it here.
Yeah, I think there's just people who come off very sincere to what they're doing and making good things happen and calling out the bad. And I think a lot of people have already come to notice that with Meghan, that she's just a bad actor because you don't have the celebrities around her like you would think as a duchess. She doesn't have that. So there's a lot to be said for that, I think. Yep. There's his YouTube channel. Very, very sweet guy, life lessons, talking about his cancer experiences. Very lovely man, Carlton.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And how old is he? Oh, we have to 70. Guys, you're doing great. Let's get him to 100. Come on, we can do it, guys.
Thank you, everybody who's subscribed to his channel.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Let me just listen to a little bit of what he says. I'm going to mute myself, so just listen to him.
Where you had literally no control over your circumstances, your surroundings. I knew it was supposed to be doing something good for me, but I was just powerless and helpless. And I didn't really know what to do. Way before chemo started, I had a series of tests, and I suppose they wanted to be absolutely sure that the diagnosis was correct. And I had the full run of CT scans, blood tests, and everything else. I must say, the staff and the NHS were absolutely fabulous. These guys really went out of their way to look after me and reassure me. But I was still anxious, knowing that very soon the procedure would start and there really was no turning back. Just before the treatment was supposed to start, I received some wonderful news, which meant I had to delay and leave the country and take part in what was a really joyous.
What a lovely man,
Very heartwarming
He's so
story.
young and so young.
This is somebody that is, you can just tell he's a good man. He's a really good man.
It's guys, 73. I think we can do better. Why are we stuck in 73? It's free to subscribe and watch his videos. You know,
It's free. It's free. Yes.
so go do that. That's how we support each other. I always believe that as especially with my life experience that you know very well, Pat. When you
Mm,
never when you go through certain times in your life and you
yeah.
are alone and you really have nobody, you have gone through something like that too. Uh,
Mm,
and then I started my channel and I thought I'd built a little community, people with like-minded things, and then of course you find out that that's not the case. And it's another,
yeah.
like, more betrayal kind of thing. It's like,
Yeah.
damn, and you try to help people. And that was one of I think the first mistakes I made that you advised me against, and I should have listened to you. And I was like, because not everybody has the same intentions. Not everybody's out there for the same thing. So, but this gentleman here, it looks so young.
Yeah, I think he has I think he that's a actor portrayal, but he
Oh,
still
okay.
is, yeah, he's like around our age, yeah. So,
Oh,
but I think that he's like in his much younger in that part
yeah.
of the
But go
video.
subscribe to him because he's
But he's
amazing.
he's a media person. He did the when I came to the United Kingdom, he did the video and the pictures. What? Oh,
Look at
calligraphy. Calligraphy.
that's actually, we should use that, Pat. That's really funny.
Yes, Jamie,
Oh,
calligraphy, making her calligraphy. But
yeah.
yeah, he did the photos and the video of my event when I came to the United Kingdom for my
Ooh.
event. Remember, did you? Yeah, you knew I went to the United Kingdom
Yes, I'm a member of your
for the
channel,
king's
Pat.
for the king's coronation. Yeah, it was so nice, and I'm going to go back once the separation is official. Like, I'm going to go back, but
What do you mean?
when Harry and Meghan, when things like,
Oh, he should be back in the United Kingdom around this time.
oh, Harry is right now.
I think he should be back. He should be there.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah. Isn't he supposed to be there in April for some court thing,
Yeah.
right? His court
Yeah.
issue thing.
I
Yeah.
think he's using the court cases as an excuse and able to leave
Yes.
California. It's like,
Yes. He's like, okay, off to court. They got to go to court. He's happy again because,
terrible,
yeah.
terrible. Honesty and truth. And thanks for the super chat. To silly ones who say we're jealous of the wife. Envy of what? A man child who needs to be coddled. A liar. Both are. No talent. Children seem to
Mhm.
be hiding. MNH are in turmoil with their lies.
Yeah, they
Thank
are.
you
I
very
think
much,
they're.
Honesty and Truth, for that.
Thank
And
you. Yeah, I think they're in a lot of turmoil right now. There's nothing good going their way right now. And you can't be living your best life ever when you have all this uncertainty in your life, all this coming at you and trying to get you to wake up and recognize, and you refuse to do what you need to do. And I think that is just getting out of the spotlight, just trying to live a very quiet life. But Meghan trying to live her celebrity, high celebrity profile is what is going to be her downfall, because she's not in a win position, you know.
no, and the thing is that she's getting desperate because, I did the thing about Ted Sarandos yesterday also, Pat, because it's really funny, that Ted Sarandos was interviewed and people were saying, oh, he's praising Meghan Markle. No, he didn't.
No,
He,
yeah.
he just said, he didn't say, I'm going to renew her contract. Yes, this is great. We're looking forward to working with her in the long term. No, he didn't say any of that. And then he said Meghan Markle. So I guess he didn't watch the show.
Right. Yeah, he didn't see it's Sussex. It's it.
And
Sussex.
I wanted to show you this, guys. Oh shit, I don't want to. I don't like doing long lives, guys. I just want to show you this because People Magazine put this out. Prince Harry's ex, Cressida Bonas, previews new podcast with Eugenie. New podcast with appearance by Princess Eugenie. I mean,
Mhm.
that's really beautiful. Now, guys, this is really funny because blondes are really Harry's type.
Mhm. Yeah.
You
to
know, you
how.
remember all these skanks that he got caught in Vegas? There wasn't even a brunette in sight. They were all blonde.
Yeah, they were.
Yep.
And he's not known for dating outside the blondes, is he?
Nope.
So what in the world? So Harry, she got a spell on Harry because
Got a
that's
voodoo
not.
doodoo. She
Yeah,
got a voodoo doodoo.
he's been cursed by the voodoo or something because that's not normally what he goes for.
Yeah, but People Magazine, Cressida Bonas is launching a new podcast with star-studded lineup for guests, including her pal, Princess Eugenie. And isn't it funny, Pat, how Meghan Markle hasn't been able to say who her guests are?
No, she hasn't because I think she's still trying to get him right.
I got some inside information that said that she's only type 4, not the 8 or 12 that they said, because she's having a hard time getting people to come on her podcast because her podcast guy is going to be used to showcase why she failed, or not that she failed, but why it's so hard. Like just like she used her Spotify podcast for the words diva, and she got Mariah Carey, you know.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
and then Mariah Carey said, "Oh, Megan, you're a diva." You know, it's like,
And she didn't want to recognize that she was a diva. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. You know, it's like, so she's gonna be settling a lot of scores.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think Megan in the beginning got people to come on because they didn't really know much about her. Like she was like just coming over from the United Kingdom after marrying Harry. Now people got a taste of who she is. I think it's going to be a lot harder for her to get the people to be guests on her podcast now that she's pretty much got a reputation in, you know, America now.
Yeah, but I found out about I used to I've been following Zach Peters for a long time, guys. It's just that I never had the courage to invite him, but when I invited him, he immediately said yes, lovely. And I'm actually gonna be on Sean Atwood's because he's going live, by the way, on Sean Atwood's in about half an hour. So I'm gonna join there just for 5 or 6 minutes, and just to talk about it, just to introduce him and say hi to him because I love him. Zach. We've done a live with
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. Hey, but I
So
wanted to make a comment real quick. So
yeah,
Michelle,
no,
my friend, she was saying that Harry's next flight back to the United Kingdom was going to be his freedom flight,
where,
going
where,
back to the States,
where was the
going back
comment
to the
so I
United
can
Kingdom.
put it? Where's the comment? Where's the
Oh
comment?
no. She texted me. I just wanted to
Oh,
mention that.
okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I mean that man talking about the freedom flight. That I guess and I saw an interview that he did that they asked him what he missed the most about home. You can see that he had to stop himself from talking because you could see that he was about to say everything.
yeah.
Because guys, I know for a fact that Harry absolutely, absolutely hates living in California.
That's
He
right.
absolutely wants to go back to the United Kingdom. I don't feel sorry for him. I'm not saying that I feel sorry for him, please. But I'm saying that he wants he just they can't stand each other. They can't stand each other.
Yeah. It's bad, everybody. It's bad.
And what I can tell you from this insider, because Dinah has seen some of the messages, is that he was absolutely blown away when he found out that Meghan had been shopping around in 2022 for the book and the videos because she has videos and everything, right? Because he thought that she would never do that to him, which is very arrogant. Just like Mr. Markle thought that Meghan would never ghost him because he had seen her do that to other people, but he never thought she'd do it to her own father, to him. And the same thing for Harry. But all you have to see is Meghan Markle's track record. How who does this woman have other than Sam, that girl from Soho that has the memberships that she was in the baby shower, guys?
Oh, right. Yeah. She
Let me
doesn't
see if
have.
no, who else, Pat? Well, other than Doria, but
No.
Doria wasn't part of that. Let me see.
Would it? I don't know who it could be.
Is that girl from her university days?
Oh, the one that was with her at the tennis match where she had all the seats emptied around her.
Exactly. Yes, yes. And I'm going to tell you who her friend is. Close. It says here because I have it here. And guess who was there? Blake Lively. And Blake Lively is very good friends with Amanda Hirsch and Dear Media, who
Oh,
pretty much tried. Yes.
yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, 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 yes. So she went, Samantha Stone, the Soho House and Co. Chief Member Officer. I'll show you the article, Pat, so you can see it.
Yeah.
That's the baby shower they went to. And she was friends with her since university. I wonder if they both glued the girl eyes together, you know? And Blake Lively was there. Blake Lively was there. Let me see if I can get the pictures for you guys because there was there Blake Lively. They're not showing the pictures because Samantha immediately made her account private.
Yeah.
She made her account private when images. Here we go. Oh, here we go. I got it. I got it. Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it, Pat. I'm going to show it to you so you guys can see it here. Here, see, that's them. That's her there.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's her. And Blake Lively was there. Oh shit, no, it's a YouTuber. No, 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 no. It's Meghan Markle dress here. Why is it like that here? Oh no. It takes me someplace else, but it's here. You can see the picture, like this is Meghan Markle there, and Blake Lively's here.
Yep, there you go.
You see, Meghan Markle is pretty in pink at Friends baby shower with Blake Lively and Real House of Beverly Hills star Crystal Kung Minkoff. I don't know who the hell that is.
Can you
So,
send that to me? I
right
just
away.
want to take a look. I want to take a look at that.
That's her, and she's known her. This is Marcus Anderson right here. This is that Kelly Safian woman. That's Meghan Markle, and that's the pregnant girl, right? She used to have this open, but now Samantha, but now she shut it down, And then there's Blake Lively with her there. I'll send it to you right now, Pat.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I got to finish my video, dear.
Yeah, no, we gotta get going. I clicked something stupid. I hate it when I do this, guys. Pat, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna let me get this right for you so I can. I hate it when I do that. Here, I'll send you the link because come on. So, what do you make of all of this, Pat? Now that we know the link, so do you believe it's genuine? That woman being, oh my God, whose letter could this be from?
Yeah, that's a fake and a fraud. That's what we call that. That's fraudulent. Fraudulent behavior.
Funny though, but like that is Meghan Markle writing that you saw in that article. So for me, it's incredible because people, what's the defense? They say, oh, but but Amanda Hirsch didn't write it, but this is Dear Media, and they're writing all about this Meghan Markle. So of course she knew who Meghan Markle is because you can even see the envelope. It doesn't have an address because probably Meghan Markle dropped it off.
Yeah, nothing makes sense about it. Nothing.
They're so
Okay.
D-list. That is embarrassing. It's gotten to the level that even being this D-list. And the thing is that Khloe Kardashian is there. Dear Media is also, one of the investors is also Kris Jenner.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They just had Ryan Reynolds. They had like this is not because the girl is famous. It's because Dear Media is it's like, for example, if Netflix is produced or Spotify. What do you think Meghan was able to get Mariah Carey and Paris Hilton? Because Spotify called them for her.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. It wasn't because of Meghan.
Absolutely. Absolutely not. But anyways, guys, thank you very much to P. Dinah for having us today. And don't forget, guys, to go subscribe to her friend's channel, which is Life Lessons, because we all need them. Let me see how many people have gone and subscribed to him. Oh, 76 guys. Come on, we can do better.
Wow. Wow, that's good. Thank you. At least over 50. Well, about 50. No, how many?
We
About
had
20 something.
22. Come on,
Already
guys.
at 50, yeah.
You can do better. And let's show support to Cressida Bonus because we all should praise our mothers. And this is going to be very beautiful, guys. This is, I mean, when I watch the thing, maybe it's because, okay, 541, yay. And leave her a lovely comment. Let me see if people are leaving lovely comments there. Yeah, I left a comment and she responds to your comments, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
She said, "This is her replying to me, Paula Patricia. This is so lovely. Thank you for sharing." And I said, "Thank you for this beautiful podcast. Just the trailer is very emotional. Mothers are usually taken for granted because they're always there for us. They're the underrated heroes on call 365 days of the year, 24 hours alert. I will share this. Please leave the link in the direct podcast. I'm not very techy." So leave her nice little comments and do subscribe because I love it that it's about our mom, guys. And who doesn't want
Mhm.
to hear about our moms? You
Yeah, it's
know,
very nice, very lovely.
don't you think so, Pat?
Yeah, absolutely. I do. I do.
Well, thank you for joining us, guys. And God willing, we'll see you guys next Saturday. And
All
Pidina,
right.
are you dropping a video today, Pidina?
Yes, I am. I'm going to finish editing it and it will be out shortly.
Do you need help with the thumbnail? I like doing that. If you have the concept, I will do it for you.
Okay, I'll let you know.
No, for
All
real, for
right.
reals,
I
because I'm not
will.
doing that. If you
Yeah.
have the concept, I'll put it together. But you know that I'm not good at putting. I can't come up with a concept. But if you have an idea, send it, and I'll send it, and I'll do it for you.
Okay.
And I want to thank everybody for the super chats, for all the
Thank you.
love,
Yes. Thank you so much.
and yes, for the super chats, for the memberships. Pidina and I are very grateful. Please don't also
Absolutely.
donate to her charity fund. Those of you who are watching Pidina's on her channel, you will see the links. I will put the link under my live description, so you can donate to her charity. Because I'm telling you, Pat, you need to grift in the millions. You're aiming too low.
I'm learning from you, Miss Paula, how to do it. You are so
No, I'm saying
fabulous.
Megan. I'm saying Megan. Like Megan, instead of asking for like $2 donation, go for the 8 million.
We're learning from Megan. Okay.
I mean, go to USA and say, "Give me 8 million."
I
Like that's
know.
what you want.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Gosh. Thank you
So
so
yeah.
much,
So
everybody.
please
I
donate to
appreciate
Pat.
it.
Let's donate to Pat. She has a wonderful charity, in her PayPal thing. I no longer have the school as a full-on shelter now. So thank you guys, and thanks for being always so supportive. And you have a wonderful day, and stay and keep on the lookout for Pat's video. What time are you dropping it?
Probably in about 30 minutes or an hour from now. Yeah.
Okay. So go do that,
Okay.
guys. Okay, and go check out Pat's videos, and have a wonderful Saturday. And I'll see you on Sean Atwood soon.
Bye. Bye bye.